Hello, everyone. This is Ross from Retro Dream Beam. I'm an eBay seller full time. I've been doing this with my fiance Netta for a couple years now. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm about to go into what we were shipping out today on Tuesday, so it was a decent amount of stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump right into it. The first thing is this like Dodge Trucks little die-cast car right here. This one's kind of interesting because I had a bunch of people send like a ton of offers on this. Didn't take any offers. Did some counter offers. No one took the counter offers, and eventually we just sold this for the asking price, which was 14.99 plus shipping. We do plus shipping for everything, so I'll just save us a bunch of time right now. All right, next up is something that I rarely list. This is shoes. I do come across a little bit of shoes. These ones I think Anetta's mom got us for free. These are some kind of flip-flops. They actually look pretty good, or fit flip-flops or something like that. So these are gonna be like comfortable running, walking shoes or something like that. These end up selling on offer for $22. So it's pretty cool. I usually have bad luck selling clothes and stuff like that. So I know I actually listed those. So I'm like proud of myself. I actually got to sell like a clothing accessory. It's super rare for me. I don't know. It's super easy for a bunch of people, but for me, they just don't sell. I guess I just do everything wrong with them. But that one sold. All right, next up is going to be some miniatures. These are a Tallery. I think that's the company name right here. This is just like the little cover. They cut it out. These are going to be all the little figures. These are, what scale are they? 1 out of 72. These are American Independence War, like infantry right there. So there's like a lot of 48 of them. This ended up selling for $12.37. All right, next up is going to be a combo order. These are going to be a little naval game, Navwar, sorry, Navwar right here. These are really tiny ships. I think it's 1 out of like 3,000 scale. The bigger the scale number, the smaller the stuff is. So these are bits and pieces. The other thing I showed you was some kind of like Dutch ship. This one ended up selling for $15.50. It's a combo order, nothing too crazy, but it's nice. I had like a bunch of those I had gotten a bit ago, and someone just wanted a couple of them, and they want combined shipping, which we do. All right, next up is going to be Greek hoplite. These look like pre-primed little shields for some like Roman or Greek miniatures right there. So yeah, the back is still great, but they did like a white primer on the front, so these are basically ready to paint. These end up selling for $13.49. All right, next up is going to be some comics. I always tell you I get like the hipster comics. I don't know too much about them. This is a series called Realm. Never read it. This is volumes 1, 2, and 3. This sold for $14, which is pretty solid. I remember shooting a counter offer. Normally, Anetta deals with all the offers and counter offers, and she has like better luck than me. I guess she just has like a better sense of what someone will or won't counter. I went up a couple dollars on this and it actually sold. So I'm proud of myself for some basic stuff today. You know, you got to take the small victories. All right, next up is going to be War Machine MK2, Protectorate of Menoth, which is sorry, the lighting's bad. She's sleeping right now, so I'm recording with my phone. This is like a faction deck. This only has 88 cards. It doesn't have all of them. I think MK2 was their like first or second edition, and then they're on like a current one, or at least all the other stuff I have been selling is like was their newest one. This ended up selling for $13.49. I do tend to get more for the older decks. I rarely find them, so I'm not sure why. Maybe people want to like use them or play like the old unpatched stuff because like they'll change to the cards as the game evolved throughout its years. All right, next up is going to be a HeroScape little glyph. This one right here is a revive potion for a figure. So this is like a hexagon card with all the rules on it, and then like the little glyph that the characters can pick up is right there. I've never played HeroScape. I owned a couple like the starter packs back when I was a kid. It's a pretty cool game. I do think Renegade Studios is working on current stuff now. I'm not sure if it's cross. I was going to say cross platform. I'm not sure if you can use like old stuff with new stuff. I'm going to assume you can because we've always sold like a good amount of it. And then when the newer one was announced, we did sell more of our like straggler bits and parts. We don't find it too often. This ended up selling for $5.50, which is interesting because yesterday I found a bunch of these little runes without the cards, and then I listed like a bunch of them together for like $20. All right, next up is going to be a lot of Warhammer 40K bits and pieces. You've seen us sell a bunch of these. These are just the Chaos faction. We got a bunch of these on auction for $40. It's really good. It was the best thing that we got from the auction. I actually did the math like a couple weeks ago, and we were at around almost $800 for just the bits and pieces. That's before like taxes and eBay fees, and then like the little amount of like boxes. The boxes do cost something, but like without counting those, I was like, wow. Like when I did the numbers, I thought it'd be like slightly less. So we were super lucky. Oh, this was a repeat buyer. I think there was another repeat buyer too. Okay, never mind. It's gonna be later on. They count like combo orders as repeat buyers because they buy the one item, then they buy another one, and then it's a combo order, and then it obviously they bought again, so it's a repeat buyer. I'm just rambling now. All right, next up is going to be a Bob Dylan CD. I've obviously heard of this artist right here. There's like a little bit of damage on the front of like the case. This is live at the Gaslight in 1962. We got a bunch of CDs a long time ago. I still have too many to go through. They're just kind of like taunting me. I wonder if I can just like list like 300 of them in one day and just be done with them. But I don't want to like dilute the store too much. eBay store, even though I think it doesn't really matter. Like that's not my philosophy of diluting a store, because yeah. So yeah, it gets a little complicated, but yeah, I'm staring at a bunch of them. This one sold for $7. I should just get done. All right, and then the last thing that sold for the day, which is also a repeat buyer. Oh, yeah. All right, this is a set of roll aids. So these are by Mayfair Games, which is interesting because they were end up known for Settlers at Catan, but they did role playing game stuff back in the time. Back in the time, back in the day. I still need my coffee. I got my coffee here. I just haven't started drinking it yet. All right, I swear I'm normal right now. All right, Demons 2, really cool. There's this one right here, psionics. So this is gonna be like power spells and abilities. And then this one right here is gonna be a demons box. So this is gonna have like characters and monsters for people to throw into. And this has for advanced Dungeons and Dragons. This is for TSR back in the day. These are really cool. We got a bunch of these. This is probably one of Vanetta's best finds on our whole like eBay journey. She got a bunch of these, so I'm gonna be able to relist this lot. This is our smaller lot. We have a bigger lot with there's also like an apocalypse box that's more rare. This sold for $54. This one is a repeat buyer. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I get to relist another one of these. It's been a little bit since we've been able to sell these. These do sell, like we sell them in lots for a good amount of money, but people individually kind of like list them really low and then they do go and then we'll be like the only buyer left and then we'll eventually sell a lot. And then some other people come in, list them really low, like crazy low. And then we end up selling like lots for like we've gotten I think during the peak of people having more money to spend and shipping being cheaper, I think oh, it was like 150 or like 200 or something just for it was like these three books plus one or box sets plus one other. So they do sell over time. All right, so that's everything. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to help support us, take a look at the shop down below.